Hello, all of you vaingloriously wonderful people. This is the Brute RCV, and I'm about to find out if it'll off-road. You might be thinking to yourself along this point, Brandon, this isn't from Criminal Enterprises, and you would be absolutely right. We have actually already recorded the 10F wide body. At the time that we're recording this video, the Sentinel Classic wide body is not out yet. It'll be out in 4 days from now. Actually, from the time I'm recording the voiceover, not from the time I'm recording the video. But this video will actually come out after the 10F Sentinel video. So, yeah, kind of weird on the timeline. But, yeah, we're kind of wrapped up now with the Criminal Enterprises season. The only thing we have left is Will It Off-Road at the races, which you will see starting next week. We'll be racing the 2 fastest and the 2 slowest vehicles from the Criminal Enterprises DLC up and down the mountain. Just a bit of fun that we have with it, you know, turn it into a race, make it a challenge between everybody, and it's a good time. And then after that, I'm not sure. We may have another DLC coming in December. Regardless, next month we will have Will It Off-Road in the snow. So there will be more Will It Off-Road for this year. Just don't know if it's going to be snow only or if there is a DLC coming later this year or not. There's rumor that there's going to be one. This thing is so slow. There's rumor there's going to be a mid-December DLC, but that is just pure rumor at this point. I don't really do speculation. I mean, I read the rumors and all that, but I also take them with a huge grain of salt. Not to say that Tez is inaccurate, because they are not. Just things can change. You know, until Rockstar confirms something, I don't really get into the speculation. Was going to think about maybe spraying somebody behind me. Decided not to. So, the RCV is big and it's heavy, but it's fairly powerful. And it seems to do okay with converting that power into grip, because it doesn't spin its wheels too terribly often. It does happen a few times, but for the most part, like here, it just, you know, it's really slow, but it just goes. Other than, you know, getting it around corners, I wouldn't call this difficult. It's just slow. Obviously, not a vehicle you would really want to take up the mountain. But as you can see, definitely struggled on a couple of the tighter corners, especially with rocks on either side. Gonna have to resort to just a burnout. There we go. That was with the handbrake, just to get the back end to come around so we could bring it on up. We had a lot of fun. We recorded the 10F, this, and the next vehicle all in one video. Had a absolute blast with it. And you can see those behind the scenes videos if you are a channel supporter. Those behind the scenes videos are ad free and they're less edited. So you get to see a lot of the outtakes and shenanigans that we get up to. Like, for instance, we got this at the top of the mountain and then had to kind of wait overnight because it got too dark to record in game. Because on mobile, it looks, if it's too dark, you can't really see anything. That's why we try not to record at night if we can avoid it. Though in Will It Off-Road in the snow, we kind of don't have a choice because you only have a couple days with the snow. But anyway, you can check out those behind the scenes videos, ad-free, less edited, and they include our conversation from Discord chat, actual voice chat, instead of my voiceover. So it's, in my opinion, I've said it before, I stick by it. It's the better version of the video. And you can get access to those one of 3 ways. You can become a channel member right here on YouTube. You can make a monthly pledge over on patreon.com/Vainglorious, or be a Twitch subscriber, whether that is a subscription you paid for, a subscription that you use your Twitch Prime sub on, which you do get a free Prime Gaming sub every single month that you can use on any channel of your choice. Oh, sorry. Went Rockstar News mode there for a minute. Yeah, you can use that on any channel. If you don't have a channel you normally give that to, I'd appreciate it if you consider buying. But make sure you do use it on some channel. Otherwise, you're just giving those Bezos bucks away right back into Amazon's pocket. We don't want to do that. And the third way is if you're gifted a sub. Any of those will give you access to the Vainglorious Supporters channel on our Discord server, where I post the links to the behind-the-scenes video. You would think that we're nearly up, and we are nearly up, but we still have a little bit in our way as we climb around, come to a stop at 5 minutes, 17 seconds. So, will it off-road? So this is one of those, yeah, but type situations. Pretty much anything over 3 minutes is not exceptionally skilled at off-roading. Well, we have a helicopter now. Hobo did try to bring an 18-wheeler up with a trailer. He got very close. The place where I went and had to turn around to run back up just a moment ago with the RCV, he got that trailer all the way up to there. And then unfortunately, when he tried to turn around, it jackknifed trailer became separated, and he may have driven off the side of the mountain. I may have just driven over a rock and gotten high centered. It happens. It really does. And you know what else happens? At this point in the video, I normally talk about stats and numbers and performance. So, let's do that. Out of 369 vehicles that have been tested as of this video, though by the time this video comes out, there will be 370. Again, it's weird. But right now it's 369. This is 326th. So yeah, only 43 other vehicles did worse. And most of those DNF'd. So 326 out of 369 overall. It is 6.22 seconds slower than a standard Benefactor Glendale. Who knew the Glendale took so long? And it is 4.28 seconds faster than the Rat Truck. So, at least it beat a muscle car? Or is that Sports Classics? I'm not 100% certain. In the emergency class, which is where the RCV resides, it is 4th out of 6. It is 59.3 seconds slower, so a minute slower than the ambulance. And number 5 and 6 DNF'd, so it's basically last place, technically. I mean, because the other two just DNF'd. So yeah, it definitely struggled. I tried to spray Hobo with water cannons, because the water cannon will shove a helicopter that's airborne back. I think I actually got him that time, though he wouldn't admit it. I'm pretty sure I got him that time. Going down, I am being very careful, because while this thing does have decent brakes, it's still a big, heavy truck. So there's only so much the brakes can do. So I have to be very careful. You'll see here in just a little bit that there's some situations that the brakes just can't possibly save me from. It's a little sad, but it happens. Especially, and I say it's a little sad because I took such care to not have any incidents with this thing going down. I thought this was going to be kind of like, oh, Jesus, what was that? I don't even know what that was. Oh, that is Finn in his non-upgraded 18-wheeler or semi-truck. Hitting a rock, apparently. Shingo boom. F in chat for Finn. Well, in the comments. Yes, in the comments. F for Sven. Or his truck, whichever you feel is the more tragic loss. Some may mourn the loss of the truck more than Sven, because Sven came back. The truck, not so much. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to make sure he was refreshed and everything. So I gave him a little squirt. And managed to take it on a hiker. I don't know how Donkey wound up ahead of me. I'm not really sure where that happened. Hiker got a bath, and then, yeah, you know, had it coming, I'd say. Speaking of things that we have coming, and running over hikers is, oh, hi, Shin. I'm sorry, I take it back about the comment with you or the truck being more important. But anyway, speaking about hikers and poor segues, make sure you're playing Will Off-Road Bingo. The link is in the description down below, kind of where the RCV is about to go. Yeah, brakes just... I was going as slow as possible down that jump, and it just wasn't enough. So I'm down here now. But yeah, Will Off-Road Bingo. You click on the link in the description down below, generate a new card, and then click on things as they happen in the video. And if you get bingo, we want to hear it. We want to hear about it. That's it. That's the English I'm looking for. We want to hear about it. So, you know, if you get bingo, put it in the comments. Hobo's helicopter is smoking, bonking into that tree, probably not doing it any favors. Yes, that's right. There's our top helicopter pilot from the Vainglorious right there, hitting a massive tree that was right next to him. Yeah. GG, Hobo. GG. I have the cops, not particularly worried about it. I was hoping to be able to ram Hobo in a helicopter, but didn't work out so well. But we're down, and people are trying to do the jump over the side. Looks like somebody got it. We're down 505, so I drove this thing all the way back to the top. It doesn't fit on the ramp, sadly. It probably would fit for width, but the scoop on the front wouldn't let it get on the ramp. It kept getting stuck. So Donkey got the honors of going off the ramp. That never happens. Like, nobody else but me ever gets to park on the ramp. So, you know, he got that special place of privilege, and I went off at a really weird angle. And this is where the struggle kicks in, because this thing's just big, and every single rock is the potential for it to get stuck. Every tree is the potential for it to get stuck. Or just because of how long it is, every rock is also a potential for it to become hopelessly high-centered. It is not all-wheel drive. I kind of thought maybe it was because of the way it climbed. But according to GTA's own tame racing driver, yeah, you can see there, kind of, it struggles at times. But according to Bruffy1322, and what he has listed for handling data on his spreadsheet for every vehicle in the game, this is rear-wheel drive. So I guess technically that would make it four-wheel drive. It's just the back four. It's not all-wheel drive because the front wheels are not powered. Hey, Hobo. That doesn't seem like the best choice. That thing does not have a handle as well as Avenger. The tool is a little iffy. Oh my gosh, this thing is such pain. Speaking of spreadsheets, there is a spreadsheet that lists all the vehicles that we have tested in Will It Off-Road. They're ranked by overall, they're ranked by class, and for the last two DLCs, they're ranked by DLC, though I am working on getting everything into their own respective DLC tabs, because there's a lot of tabs down at the bottom. So I sped up the footage here and dropped the timer because there's no point. It DNF'd. I got down here thinking I might be able to fit through the tunnel. That was a mistake. Just a big mistake. It didn't fit. Oh, there went the Tula. And then it didn't have the grip to back up out of here. So anything that DNFs meets the same end. Must be blown up, must be destroyed. But that brings us to our next vehicle. The TM-02 Khanjali. Don't know the manufacturer on this. It's not listed on the GTA Wiki. It's not listed in-game. The gun has Coil branding on it, but that just could be because it's, you know, like a electromagnetic railgun type situation, and Coil makes like electric cars. They also make other weapons as well, so it could be that Coil only makes the gun. I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if this isn't made by Coil as well, though. But it is a bit of a challenge, like the regular tank, the Rhino, because the camera doesn't turn with the vehicle, the camera turns with the turret. So not only do I have to use the left stick to turn, but I've got to keep the right stick kind of in sync so that I'm looking where I'm going. Which, to be frank, takes a little bit of getting used to if you've not driven tanks a lot in GTA, which, I don't know, I've driven tanks some, but I wouldn't call it a lot. So definitely, you can see there's some places where I could have taken a curve or a corner just a little bit better. And it's just because I didn't have the camera adjusted quite right and wasn't really sure what to do. I'm surprised that cop didn't blow up, but he did threaten to run me down. And that one just had it coming. I mean, you go head on into a tank. What do you expect to happen, officer? This thing just goes, though. It's kind of nice. It is listed as, I believe, all-wheel drive in the handling files, but what's all-wheel drive when it's 2 treads? Those aren't wheels. I mean, there are wheels that drive the treads, but the treads are what actually get grip. So, I don't know. Maybe the wheels that contact the treads are all powered? I don't really know. It did start raining in this. And yes, I know, I took Schmidt's door off. And normally when it starts raining, we stop. And we wait for the rain to pass. And then we go again once everything's dried out. But 2 things. One, at this point, we had already been recording for close to 2 hours. And we were all getting a little bit sick of GTA. Because there's a lot of downtime in recording Wood Off-Road. And which is why it gets edited out. It's just a lot of downtime. I leave the funny bits and action bits in for the behind-the-scenes video, but I even edit those down, just so we don't have people just standing around twiddling their thumbs. Because that does happen. You know, sometimes we're just like, oh, we're going to wait. And so I'm going to eat dinner while it waits, you know, and nobody's talking. Anyway, yeah, that's the first reason why we didn't wait for the rain. And second, it didn't seem to really be struggling that much because of the rain. And for the most part, it stayed dry for a big part of the run. The unfortunate thing is I forgot to retire from ScaroServe, and because of that, my bunker's being raided. But I'm in the middle of recording a video, and I am dedicated. That's just how dedicated I am, friends. I think that alone, the fact I'm letting my bunker get raided, I think that alone is worth a like on the video. Come on. Come on. It is. Click it. Come on. Go ahead. Go down there and click it. I'll wait. Thank you. So, if you didn't click it and you let me say thank you, now you are obligated to click it. So this is unfortunate. It's been a while since anything has gotten stuck on these rocks. Thankfully, I have a turret, and I can just kind of use that to hit the sign and get unstuck. The last vehicle that got stuck up there was not so fortunate. You know, things happen. I don't know what just blew up. But this climb's alright, but because of the rain, I had to get a little farther back and adjust my angle. I think if it would have been dry, this would have went up fine. But I'm willing to let a tank that wasn't going to get a good time anyhow get a slightly worse time. Because why not? We're up. Basically 4 minutes, 8 seconds. So, will Khanjali off-road? Again, a yes, but not something you really want to do. You don't want to take it up the mountain, at least. It does fine-ish in general off-road. Though it does seem to, if I'm not mistaken, have a lower or not so good off-road traction loss value. I did also accidentally leave a mine back there. I totally just was like, I want to honk my horn. You'll hear somebody shoot it and detonate it here in a minute. I don't remember who. But, yeah, I just was like, oh, I'm going to honk the tank's horn. I want to hear what the horn sounds like. Forgetting that this was equipped with proxy mines. So, yay. But yeah, this is a little tricky getting this. I think if I almost shot it with this tank. It's a little tricky getting this thing down here. Looks like Strin, equally tricky for him. But also being, that is a funny story right there. I'm also being rather careful. Bye, Strin. So Hobo was spinning his turret around, and Azan was in his Scarab, and apparently when he smacked the Scarab with his turret, it sent the Scarab flying. I don't know if getting hit by the turret blew him up or if he hit something and it blew him up. But what we learned is the Scarab, not very strong vehicle. I just decided that I needed to shoot my railgun. And if you're wondering why I was in first person earlier, I thought maybe I'd be able to see the trail a little bit better because I couldn't see it all that well because of the angle. And it did work. It helped me get through that little section. But then once I was through it, I love the noise that railgun makes. But once I was through it, I didn't need first person anymore. Would have been great to have somebody as passengers to shoot the grenade launchers as well. But then there would have been nobody to escort me down the mountain. As it is, it looks like only Donkey is still in it. I don't know what happened to Hobo. His Rhino's back there somewhere. Schwinn fell off the mountain a long time ago. And of course, Azan got rhinoed. But yeah, this is not too bad. It handles fairly well. It shoots rocks and has absolutely no impact upon them. And as we continue down this way, I really don't remember how this ends. Did I go off here with this? I think I do. Nope, managed to save it. Or did I? Yeah, I managed to save it and even do a really weird thing with the turret right there. But it was still a close call. I thought we were going to go off. I really well and truly thought that we were going to go off. And I've saved one little tidbit of information. We've had a lot of fun in this video today. You can see we've had a lot of fun in this video today making it. You can take part in recording of World Off-Road. If you are a member of the Vainglorious Discord server and you play on PC, you're welcome to join us when we record. There's even a special role you can sign up for to get alerted for when we're going to be recording. And that goes for all of our community videos as well as the community streams. You're welcome to play. We have some rules in the Vainglorious Discord. Basically, they boil down to please don't be a dick. That's essentially what they boil down to. So we would love to have you join us and hang out with us and have fun with this. So hit up the Vainglorious Discord and then join the Vainglorious crew. So go use crew lobbies and then you can play with us. We're down 3 minutes 32 seconds. Gonna take this back up to the top of the mountain only after I finally go defend my business. And boy, doesn't the Sparrow just sound cute? Sped up 1,000%. I did the maintain audio pitch, but even then it sounds really weird. I just had to blow up a few people, take down the helicopter, pick up my stuff, and call Lester, lose my 100 level, and fly back. This, like, 30s, 40 some odd seconds of footage was 6 minutes. So there we go, and boop, and back out, and back into my helicopter. Flew back over. Somebody had used my tank, so I kind of like fly past it, thinking it's going to be where I left it, and it isn't. Yeah, but we're up, and I kind of got it onto the ramp. It's one heck of a start. But that's the time passage was me going to defend my stuff, and I'm so sad that criminal damage started. Of all the free mode events, criminal damage is my favorite because I get to make things go boom. I could have just like blown up Donkey and blown up Hobo and all that, but that would have been mean. I mean, obviously I have the right vehicle to do so. I kept hoping that maybe, like, landing on somebody would do damage, but then I realized, the event hasn't even started. We'll probably be down and done before it gets there. At the end, however, I don't normally wait. I don't wait in my vehicle like I normally do. I get right out because Schwinn's coil is having an issue, and we weren't sure it was going to be with us much longer. So I decided to. Oh, hello. Who did I just boop? Hobo. I decided to jump out and try to get the support vehicle shots before Schwinn's Voltic was no longer with us. I think I've done some damage to some vehicles, though, by landing on them. Also, the turret gets me into a bit of a trouble now and then. Just every now and then, it falls apart. You better run, Donkey. I don't have the best ability to stop here. He thought I was trying to shoot at him. I wasn't. I just wanted to shoot in general. Not making the same mistake I made with the RCV. Gonna go around and get booped in the back end by Hobo. And I'm going to go around that one as well because I'll never fit into there. However, I do manage to bonk right into a tree. And then I wasn't sure if I was going to fit through this one or not. I didn't want to risk it, so I went up, booped the trees, spun myself around, put myself back into the ditch. Yeah, lots of fun. It really was, actually. It was just kind of entertaining to run this thing down. Of course, you got to go down into here before you can go back up, so it's mandatory. And then Hobo decides to use me as a ramp to climb out of the ditch, but we're down 2 minutes 19 seconds. So let's take a look at the damage on the Khanjali, and it's a few paint scratches. That's it. Every light's still intact. It's not rattling. It's not dented. And no, you can't see the problem yet with Schwinn's car, but it catches on there. You can just catch it for a second. It caught on fire. So there's the support vehicles. His car is dead by that point, I think. But that's going to do it for this Will It Off-Road. You can see me capturing the shots. We will be back next week with Will It Off-Road at the races. Not sure which two are the fastest and slowest off the top of my head from Criminal Enterprises, but we'll figure it out. And hey, I'm ahead in criminal damage. So until next time, I'm Brandon, reminding you to stay vainglorious.